Hello, you. It's me. And I just wanted to make a big old complaint video. You know when something is just really eating at you and you can't get any satisfaction? I tried to go to Uber Eats to explain my situation, and they couldn't give a flying you know what. So I thought it would be fun to tell you guys. And I know this is a different video. You don't have to listen. But if you want to, go ahead. Maybe you have had this experience too. So, excuse me. So I ordered some groceries from Uber Eats. I have trouble getting around. So, I sometimes use Uber Eats. Sometimes I use Walmart. Different places where you can order groceries delivered to you. So I thought, well, Uber Eats is usually the quickest, so I'll go ahead and go there. So I made my online order, and someone picked it up. And I thought, oh, cool. It didn't take too long. So you can see, the guy driving around, or gal. You can see them driving around on the app. So what he did is he went to the store that I ordered my groceries from. I guess you press a button or something to let them know you started shopping. Then he proceeded to leave the store and go pick up an order from McDonald's, apparently. I don't know if it was for himself or it was a delivery. I'm assuming it was probably a delivery. So he leaves the store, goes to the McDonald's, and I could see this on the app. It's all on the app. That's how I know that. Goes to McDonald's, picks up the order, drives to, I guess, wherever he was delivering it, and then drives back to the store where he's supposed to be already shopping for my groceries. This wasted about 20 minutes of time. Now, I thought at this point they would just give me a new driver because, sometimes things happen, whatever. But they didn't. He held on to it. So then he did my shopping. He proceeded to take over an hour to do very few items. Very few items. But I thought, well, maybe he's not familiar with the layout. Some people take a little longer than others. So I let it go. He also, I ordered some yogurt, vanilla yogurt, and apparently vanilla yogurt doesn't exist, so he decided to try to replace that with sour cream. Not a good replacement, in my opinion. So anyway, I lost 3 or 4 items because he either tried to replace them with something really bad like sour cream instead of yogurt, or he just didn't replace it at all and just said couldn't find it. So I think it's interesting that he couldn't find things like root beer. But anyway, things like that happen, and it feels a little frustrating. I especially like to pick things that I know are going to be in the store, are more likely going to be in the store, so I don't get replacement items and stuff. But things happen, and I just let it go. I was already irritated that he's taken 20 more minutes longer than he should have because he went and took another delivery. So I was already a little aggravated, but I just said, I just got to let this go. Don't worry about it. So he finally finished his shopping, and he was driving over to me. So I thought, okay, good. I'll assess everything when he's here. And what he did was, I even told him that I would be waiting outside for him. That way he doesn't have to come up to deliver my groceries. I can just grab them. And, I'd like to be accommodating as much as possible. Plus, where I live, it's a big building, so it's easy to get lost. So I try to make it as easy as I can when I get a delivery. So I was standing outside. He says hi. I say hello. He runs over, waits impatiently. I had my phone in my hand. I wanted to put it in my pocket before I grabbed the groceries. So he's like shaking the bags, like, take them, take them, take them, you know. So I finally grabbed him. I said, thank you. He goes, okay, bye. And he leaves. And I thought that was incredibly rude. But, you know, whatever. I got most of my groceries. But then the thing that just topped it off, that made me the most angry and the most aggravated from the whole ordeal, was that the bags in my groceries stank. He was wearing some kind of cologne. I don't know what it was. I don't care. It shouldn't be on the bags or in my groceries. Now, what I did was I set all the groceries out, and I have one of those overhead fans over my stove. And so I turned that on just to see if I could kind of, you know, fan the smell out. And it seemed to get most of it out. So I figured, okay, you know, I got my groceries. Nothing was like, there wasn't like any fresh fruits or vegetables that could have been harmed by that smell, like, you know, holding on to that smell. So I did get bread, but, you know, bread's covered. And the smell went away within about 10 minutes. So, good. Thank goodness for that. But the thing is that I have a small allergy to perfumes and things. So, you know, thank God I didn't have any bad reaction or anything. But the thing is, I could have. And that was the topper for me. And so I thought, well, what am I going to do here? So there is a way to contact an agent. Just press the help button. So I did that, and I told them what happened. And they said, well, your groceries were delivered on time, so we can't compensate you for that. And I said, that's fine, but, you know, the smell from the bag and the groceries. They said, oh, well, can you take a picture of that and send it? How is that going to help? You can't see the smell. You know, it's not like a cartoon where it radiates off. And the point was, I wasn't trying to get my money back. I just wanted to let them know that this is not acceptable and they need to be more careful, because they could have gotten somebody really ill, could have had a violent reaction. And they said, well, there's nothing we can do. Is there anything else we can help you with? And I just thought, I mean, how about I'm sorry that happened to you? I mean, something. They said, oh, well, we understand that that's not how you expect things to be, and we'll make a note of it. Great. That's wonderful. So somebody who has worse allergies than I do could end up in a hospital. You know, luckily the smell, like I said, after about 10 minutes dissipated, so my food was okay. It wasn't contaminated. But you couldn't have seen the contamination with a picture. And they said, oh, well, he delivered on time. I mean, if you're going to get specific, he delivered 2 minutes late from the latest time. The time frame was like 9:35 originally, with the latest at 10:15. He delivered at 10:17. So technically he was late, but I guess I don't know what he did, if he did something or their thing was off. But he was late, but it doesn't say that he was late, so they can't give me any kind of fees back, no refunds, nothing. And it's aggravating to me, because I know that in the past, if I had a delivery that was late, they would usually like, oh, we see your delivery is running late. Here's $10 towards your next purchase. And it would have been nice to have received that. I didn't. And again, it wasn't, I mean, it would have been nice. It would have been nice just for them to say, I'm sorry you had that experience. We'll make sure and talk to the dude or something. Something. They didn't really say that. They just said, oh, we know this isn't what you experienced and we'll make a note of it. That really, I mean, I guess that's what they did. Who knows? My guess is they just ignored me, laughed at me, and then hung up the call. I even said to them that I'm not looking for a refund. I just, is this how you want your company to be represented? But they don't care, and I need to remember that. I cared because it was an unpleasant experience. Was it the worst experience I've had? No, it really wasn't. And that's sad. Because it shouldn't be like that. I mean, I also get deliveries from like Grubhub, and 99% of the time, really, they're always on time, they're polite, and they always thank me for waiting outside for them so that they don't have to try to find my unit. This is just a bad experience. And again, was it the worst experience? No. Do I feel ripped off? Maybe a little. I had to go extra lengths to make sure that my groceries didn't smell, and I had to wait an extra 20 minutes because he decided to do a delivery while he was supposed to be doing my shopping. I mean, first world problems, sure, if you want to say that. But somebody like myself, I rely on people to deliver for me because I can't always go out and go grocery shopping. It's difficult for me. So this is, how I get my food most of the time. And I don't know, I guess I want to be treated better. And they didn't treat me as nicely as I would have liked. So, but really what set me off was just all my groceries smelling like cologne. I tried to be forgiving and forget, and even though he did another delivery, wasted 20 minutes of my time, I was trying to go with it. I was trying to go with the flow. I don't want to be a Karen, you know what I mean? Like, I'd really try, but it just didn't seem right to me. And they didn't really care either way. They didn't say we're sorry. They said how did they phrase it? I don't remember. They just said that, I'm rambling, I'm sorry. But they didn't even say, if they just said sorry that happened to you, that would have made me feel a whole lot better. But, we know this isn't what you expect. That's what they said. Anyway, I don't know if you guys have this issue, but it just sucks. It just sucks when I don't have to rely on other people for most things. But when it comes to like grocery shopping, I do. And it just sucks that this is, they just treat you poorly, like you don't matter. They've got so many other deliveries, so many other customers. If I stopped ordering from them, what would they care? There's no impact. They don't care that I had an unfortunate delivery experience. I wish they did. I don't know. You tell me. I know this might sound petty, but it was an icky experience. Do you guys do any like grocery delivery? I'm sure most people do it one time or another. They're working late or whatever. What kind of experiences do you have? Do you have bad experiences with delivery? Is it mostly good? Tell me about it in the comments, because I'm curious. Like I said, I don't want to sound like a Karen, but I think it should have been better than that. I don't know. You tell me what you think. That's all I got to say.